Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm finally gonna do a mukbang. You know, I've been asked to do this like ages ago, and yeah, I just didn't get around to doing it. So today I decided I'm gonna do a mukbang with my Sunday dinner, and this is a Jamaican style traditional Sunday dinner, and it's basically rice and peas with any choice of meat. Today I'm having fried fish. It's like fried fish and like cooked down in like sauce, and for veg I'm having cabbage, and I'm having a glass of orange juice. So I'm gonna start digging in, guys, and while I dig in, I want to talk to you guys about I want to talk to you guys about chronic disease, kidney chronic disease, and IGA nephropathy. And basically this is something that I've been dealing with for quite a couple months ago, but I just wanted to talk about what it is and how, you know, how did I get it, and just to give you, basically just raise a bit of awareness about it, really, because it's it's like a kidney disease that's not very common. There's only like a few people, and it's literally not that common in like black people, so you know, not a lot of people are aware of it. So basically I got diagnosed with IGA nephropathy a couple months ago, and as well as chronic kidney disease. And yeah, I'm still like learning about it. Like, I still don't know every single thing I need to know about it. Like, you know, I always learn something new about it. I've done a bit of my research, and whenever I go to see like the doctors and stuff, I do see like you know, whenever I go to see like the specialists as well, like I do ask as much questions as I can. So basically, how did I find out about it? Guys, it's so good. I was feeling like really tired. Like I already had like low iron to start with, and I was feeling like completely tired. And whenever I had like low iron, I'd go to the doctor, and then I'll get like these tablets, these iron tablets. Anyways, it's been a while since I took these iron tablets, so I was just like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe like I need some more iron tablets. Because I'd go to work, and like when I finish work, I'll come back home, and straight away I'd sleep. Like, I'll fall asleep in like my work clothes. When I'm at work, I'm knackered, like I can't concentrate. Like, it was just really hard. And bear in mind, I didn't really want to go to like my manager and be like, oh, you know, I can't come in tomorrow because I'm not tired, because then they'll probably turn around to me and say, actually, everyone gets tired. So it was one of those that I couldn't really explain. I'm just like, okay, am I exaggerating? Because everyone gets tired. So I didn't want to always complain like, oh, I'm always tired. But to me, like in myself, I knew this was different. I was just like, why do I feel so tired all the time? So anyways, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna like check it out and stuff. So I went by to my doctor's, and I was like, oh, I'm always feeling really tired. I'm always feeling like really drained. You know, I feel like I need some like more iron tablets. Could I get a bit more? So they were like, yeah, we can give you some iron tablets, but we've got to run some checks again on you. So I was like, okay, cool, yeah, that's fine, because I needed to see how low my iron was, if it was iron tablets that I need. So they did yeah, they asked me a few questions. How do you usually feel? I explained to them, blah blah blah. So I did a blood test, and I did a urine test, and then like I think a week later I got a phone call. Yeah, I got a phone call, and they were like, we've got your results, you need to come back in so I can talk to you about it. I'm like, don't worry. I was like panicking. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, because I got anxiety, guys, and when they told me like, oh, we need to speak to you about it, I was just like, shit, what is wrong with me? Anyways, I booked an appointment and I went back in, and when I went in, she was like, basically results has come back, and from what we can see with the results is that your kidneys aren't working properly. So I was like, okay, yeah. Like, I didn't know what to say. She was like, yeah, your kidneys aren't working properly, but this could just be anything. It could mean that, like, it could be because of what you had to eat on the day that you took the, you know, the urine test and the blood test. So we're going to do another test just to be sure. So I was like, okay, I will do another test. So there and then she took yeah, she did another blood test and a urine test, and again a week later they called me back in to talk about the result, and she said to me, oh, the results came back the same, it seems like something isn't right. So basically there's like a number, I think out of kidneys are supposed to be between, I think 80 and 90. Like, I don't know how it works, but I can't remember. Like, I've done my research and I remember how it works, but it's supposed to be between, it's supposed to be functioning between 80 and 90, I think, or 80 and 100, I can't completely remember. And then you've got 3 slots of numbers. So you've got a certain number, another middle number, and then the highest number. The middle number is like it's working moderately, and then the other one is working too low. So mine was 30 something, so it was like really low. So so yeah, they were just like, oh, they need to figure out what, you know, why is it not working properly and stuff. So then she said to me that they're going to do a ultrasound just to have a look at the kidneys to see if everything is okay with it, to see, you know, if, you know, just to make sure everything's fine with it. So I was like, okay, I'll do an ultrasound. During that stage, I was like a little bit worried, but then again I was just like, I was more nervous than worried. I was just like thinking about like the worst things, like what if it's this, what if it's that. So yeah, I was just really nervous. Anyways, we did the ultrasound. Before I did the ultrasound, they told me like I need to drink such and such amount of water to come in that day, blah blah blah. So on the day of the ultrasound, yeah, I went in and I was in there for like 30-40 minutes. Like, they did the ultrasound, and when they were like doing it, I was really nervous because the guy that was doing, like the specialist, the doctor that was doing it, and someone else was there taking notes, and he kept telling them to write down these numbers and stuff that I didn't really understand. So I couldn't help but ask, like, what is it? And he was like, I can't discuss it with you, you have to discuss it with your doctor. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't discuss it with you, you have to discuss it with your doctor. I was just like, yeah, that made me really panic, guys. I was just like, please, can you just tell me what it is? I said to him, please, like, it's gonna make me worry a lot more, so please, can you just tell me what it is? And he turned to me and he said, I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's something that's not good. Sorry guys, I had to cut and come back. So basically what I was saying is, yeah, so we had to do a ultrasound. So yeah, like I asked the specialist, like the kidney specialist, what is wrong with my kidneys, and he was just like, oh, I can't discuss it with you, you'll have to discuss it with your doctor. So I was just like I'm really, like, I've got anxiety, like, can you please not just tell me what it is? And he turned to me and said, it's something not good. And so I was like, so worried, guys. Anyways, do you know this? I was super worried. You know, I was stressed, I was panicking, I was doing loads of research. I was just like, guys, I was researching the different types of kidney diseases out there, and I had like a long list. So I was like, right, I won't be able to know which one of these I possibly have or anything like that. I was just like worried, guys. I researched, I had to do ultrasound because of kidney and see what results come up, and see what results come up. But again, like, it was just difficult to know what it is when you've got no idea. So again, I waited for my results, and I went back in and they told me that they got my ultrasound results, and basically they turned to me and they said that my kidney is like almost all of it, both, is completely scarred. Like they said, it's like damaged, and the filters are like damaged as well. They said I wasn't sure what was causing this or why, what was the reason behind it, but they just said it was very scarred, and yeah, it was just like really damaged. The majority of it was scarred. So the next step was for them to send me to the hospital so that a specialist can look into it and stuff. She said I should try and drink as much water as possible, while I wait to find out what it could be. I asked her what she think it is. She wasn't sure either what it could be, so I just had to wait, guys. Anyways, I went to the hospital again. Like, I had to wait, like all this was like a waiting process. Sorry guys, I had to cut again, and hopefully this will be my last time. So anyways guys, I was saying that I had to go to the hospital for the specialist to do a check to see why my kidneys were damaged. So I went to the hospital and they just asked me like a few questions, like how do I feel, etc. They said what they needed to do is they're going to do another test at the hospital, because I want to make sure, that they can't just go and then do more, like check it like that until they do like another urine and blood test. So I was like, okay. So they did that, and I got a letter that I've got a date booked for a biopsy. So they explained to me that if the results came back the same, then I would have to do a biopsy. So then obviously it came back the same, because I got a letter saying that I need to come in on such and such day to do a biopsy. But they had like a pre-date, and the pre-date was where they'll do like your weights and then do like pre-checks basically, and tell you what the biopsy is, what you need to do on the day, etc. So basically I went in for my pre-checkup. They did my weights and everything, did more blood tests. Like guys, the amount of blood tests that I did, honestly, did more blood tests, and they sort of like explained what it was to me. So basically biopsy is, it's like a needle. It's like a really long needle about this size, and what it does, they numb like the area. So you lay it on your belly, they numb the area, and the needle, they push the needle down, and it takes a piece off your kidney. So it kind of bores a hole in your kidney. So it just takes a small piece, and yeah, they go and test it. So yeah, so she told me what it's about. She told me that after the biopsy I'm going to have to just lay there on my back just to make sure there's no internal bleeding. If I need to wee, guys, I can't get up to go and wee. I have to wee, yeah, in this little thing. I have to lie and wee basically. I can't move, and yeah, they was just telling me what it's about. They said it's not going to be painful because they do numb the area first before they do the biopsy. So yeah, so guys, I was super nervous. So then I had like a date to come in and do the biopsy, so I packed. So when I was going to do biopsy, I packed like a book, because I was like, okay, after the biopsy I could probably read. I just packed stuff, like comfy stuff basically. Make sure I had my charger, my phone chargers, just so I can listen to music and so on. My mum came by with me. My cousin picked me up in the end. But honestly, on the day of the biopsy, that was a nerve-wracking bit. So on the day of the biopsy, the doctor, like the main doctor, she came over to me and she was just, asking me my name and stuff. And she asked me like a few questions, like, do you drink a lot? I was just like, no. Guys, like, I don't drink a lot. Like, I'm a really lightweight person. I can go out and have like 2 drinks and I'm already like really tipsy. So I don't drink a lot, and I only ever drink when I do go out, and I don't go out a lot. Like, I wouldn't be at home and decided, oh, I'm gonna buy a bottle of wine. Like, I'm not that type of person, and I don't go out all the time. Like, I do go out, but not to party like constantly. Like, yeah, so basically with the biopsy, what it is, so yeah, she was just asking like, do I drink and so on, and I was just like, yeah, I don't drink a lot. She told me what she think it was, you know, based on like the results and the ultrasound. She told me what she think it was, but even after she told me, I couldn't remember what she said. Like my mind was just wasn't there, guys. I was just so nervous, like my mind wasn't processing anything. So like on the day, yeah, so yeah, on the day we went and stuff like that, and I was laid there for a couple of minutes. There were like other people there as well that was going to do the same thing, but it was all like separate. And then all I can remember is when it was time for me to do it, you have to like lay on your back, no sorry, you have to lay on your belly, and they put like a pillow beneath your belly. So what that does is sort of like, it shoves your kidneys up to like the back area basically, and then I had to lay there, and then they inject you with the numbing thing, and that's really painful, guys. Like the way that needle goes through your skin, it is so painful. And then after that, that's when they get the other needle out, the kidney needle, and you could have, anyone could watch, like if you know, if my mom wanted to watch when they were doing it, they could watch. It was one of those. And then so you push the needle in your back. It's like, it's got like a clip on it, I think. You can't feel it, but it's a way like you can feel it going through different what do you call it, different layers. So you can feel it going in your skin, like deep in like your back, and you just feel it boring through different layers. It was weird. It was like a weird feeling. It's like I'll never want to experience that again. And then you heard like a click, and that's when it, I think when it rips or tears a piece of your kidney, and then it just takes it out. They put it in like a little tub, and they ask if you want to see it. I was just like, no. And then they obviously start bleeding, so they have to put something on top of it to stop it from bleeding, and then you have to lay on your back straight away, and then just not move. And you have to stay depending on the situation, because if like you wee and there's blood in your wee, they would want you to stay overnight. If you wee and there's no blood, they'll keep, you know, you can go at the end of the day. But it is painful, like it's, you know, after it's quite painful. Anyways, guys, when I went home, I had like a week off work just to sort of like recover. You're not allowed to drive, you're not allowed to lift things. You just basically have to just lay in bed and rest, and that's what I did and things. So now to wait for the results. A couple weeks after I got the results, and they were just like, no, did they put it in a letter? Did they not put it in a letter? Yeah, I had to go back to the hospital to get the results. So I went back, and the specialist, it was just like, so I got your results, what do you think it is? I was just like, honestly, I don't know what it could be. It was like, it's something that's definitely, it said to me it is bad. Like, it didn't say in that word, but it said it's something that's going to change your life. That's what it said. It said like, this will change your life forever. Basically, that's what it said. And I was just like, okay. And then it told me what it was, and it was just like, basically you've got IGA Nephropathy, and it didn't mention chronic disease. It just mentioned IGA Nephropathy at the time, and it explained what it was. So basically what it is, it's where, so we've got some like antibodies in our body that does different things, and we've got an antibody called IGA. Yeah, IGA, and what it does, it helps to fight against like disease, and yeah, just fight against the disease. And basically what happens is this certain antibody, it gets lodged in the filters, because your kidneys have filter that's used to like filter blood and whatever. So this antibody gets trapped in the filters. Like, instead of it fighting against disease, it's fighting again, it's kind of not doing what it's supposed to do. It's like attacking the immune system, instead of fighting against disease. So that's what was doing the cause. There's no one knows what caused it. It's just something that happens. So it was like attacking the immune system instead of fighting against disease. And because of that, it gets lodged in the filters. So say you have like 10 filters, can't remember how much we all have, but say you have 10, 9 of mine was like damaged because it got lodged in it. Over time, no, I think like 8. So I've only got like 2 filters like working or something like that. So because it gets trapped there, it damaged the kidneys, like it completely scars it, and then it stops the filters from working because it's been there over time. With this kind of disease, you don't really get symptoms apart from tiredness. So unless you do like a urine test, then you might not even know that you've got this, you know. So basically that's what it was. That's basically what it was. So, and because it's been there for so long, and because the kidneys are so damaged, then they're not working properly, that's when it has developed into a chronic disease, a kidney chronic disease. And this is like where, as I said, the kidneys don't work properly over time. Like, yeah. So yeah, so basically they were talking about like medications and like the steps that you have to take. So usually people with IGA nephropathy that develop into a chronic disease, they usually go on a thing called dialysis, and that's where, because the kidneys aren't filtering, they're not working properly and they're not doing the filtering properly, you get connected to these like machines and they filter the blood, they filter your blood for you. So I think it takes your blood out, filter it and put it back in, and you have to like sit there for like 4 hours while it does that for you. And the other thing that you can do is a kidney transplant, but a lot of doctors don't really take that as the first step. They rather the patient go on dialysis, because with like a kidney transplant, then you have to wait ages for a kidney. Yeah, you have to wait ages for a kidney, and you could do a kidney transplant and this thing comes back again. So this is why they try not to do as much transplant, so that they always opt to dialysis first. But I don't know what it's like elsewhere, but obviously in the UK they like to take different steps, so they like to try things first before they jump into something. So at the time they were like discussing the tablets that I can take. So they wanted to put me on what's the tablet called, I can't remember, I'll put it at the top, guys, but they wanted to put me on these tablets, and basically these tablets have really bad side effects and they make you gain so much weight. Like, they make you put on a lot of weight. So, and with the weight, it makes you, there's a chance you could get diabetes, there's a chance it could make your bones really thin, and there's so many different side effects. So they wanted to put me on this tablet, and then they also wanted to put me on more tablets to stop these side effects from happening. And at the time when I was telling me, I was shocked of the news. I didn't know what to think. And then when we started talking about the medications, I said to him, like, I was just listening, I was asking questions, and then I turned to him and I was like, what if I decide I don't want to? Like, what if I decide I don't want to take any medications? Then he said, well, you're gonna have to go on dialysis. So I was like, right, okay, can I think about this medication first? Like, can I think about it, because it has a lot of side effects. So I want to think about it first before I, you know, decide to do anything. And it was just like, yeah, we can do that, but I'll have to put you on at least one. So what they did, and put me on these blood pressure tablets. So with this thing as well, it can make your blood pressure really high. And with blood pressure tablets, they're not only good for blood pressure, but they're good for helping the kidneys to work properly, because they help the kidneys basically. So I was like, okay, we'll put you on a small dosage of blood pressure tablets just to help the kidneys, so we're not leaving it there. And then when you come back, we'll go ahead with the tablets if that's what you want to do. So I went back and I was thinking about, I was doing research, and I was really worried about the side effects. Like I was worried about the diabetes, and I know this might sound really bad, like it's not the most important thing in the world, guys, but I was worried about my weight as well. I just didn't want to put on a lot. I know how it blows you up, but I just didn't want to put on like weight. Like I was already struggling with my, I wouldn't say struggle with my weight, but I was already struggling with trying to stay fit and healthy and just a size that I like. And then to be told that I'll probably take a tablet that literally blows you up and you've got no control, like even if you go to the gym, like it's still, you know, you can't control it basically. And then I was obviously worried about the thinning of my bones and the diabetes, and yeah, I was just worried about all the side effects. So I was just like, I need to think. So I thought about it, and when I went back, like I spoke to like a few people, everyone was just like, you know, you should do it, blah blah blah. And I told myself, right, I'm gonna say yes because I want to get better. And what I'll do when I take these tablets, I'll just try and go to the gym. Like even though you can't really stop certain things from happening, I was just gonna just take it and just try and eat properly and just try and look after myself basically. And I kept telling myself it's only for 6 months, like it's like a trial. It was meant to be like a trial medication just to see if it helps the kidneys. So it's just like, it's only for 6 months, and as soon as I stop taking these tablets, you know, everything's gonna go back to normal and stuff. So yeah, that's what, yeah, I had a really good think about it. Like yeah, it was a really hard decision to make. But anyways, when I went back, he said to me, what do you think? Like he was like, I've been thinking about what I'd like you to do in terms of medication, what I'd like you to take, but I want you to tell me what you want to do first. So I was like, well, I don't really want to take it, but if it helps me, I'm gonna take it. So I was just like, I've been doing some thinking, I've been looking at all your results, all your tests, and I don't think the tablet will be of much help to you. It was like, because it's already like so damaged, the tablet won't do much, so I'm not going to put you on the tablet. So I was just like, oh thank God, guys, I was so happy. So what he did, he just put the dosage on the blood pressure tablet that I'm taking, and at the, like I do get like really low blood pressure sometimes. So yeah, it's like a conflict because I do get really low blood pressure, and when I do, I feel completely dizzy. And then obviously these tablets kind of lower your pressure to help your kidneys to work. So yeah, there's like a conflict with it at the moment. And then he told me not to have like food with potassium in it, because that can be like deadly. Like, you know, if you have like too much potassium and then you're taking these medication, then it's just not good. I'm still getting used to it. Like I still, like, there are days where I forget to take the tablet because I'm just not used to taking things, you know. I forget that I shouldn't be drinking this, and I do. Like I just need to get into the habit of just having food with low potassium basically. But yeah, I need to cut out certain food. So certain food that's like really high in potassium, I've done my research and I'm aware of some of the food that are like high in potassium. He said it's more like, I'm gonna basically, if I wanted to be healthy, like I'm that healthy sort of person, if you're gonna be super healthy, those are the type of food that has high potassium. So like brown rice, they have high potassium. So I have to basically not be unhealthy, but I can't be like choose all the healthy types and think that's gonna help me, because it's not. I have to just say white rice, red and brown rice and blah blah blah. So there's lots of information online about high potassium food and low potassium food that people with chronic kidney disease need to eat. So I've done like lots of research about it. How do I feel? I'll say like recently I did a IG iron as well, because I was still feeling quite tired. And the IG iron is just like a bag of liquid basically liquid iron, and you just sit there, they stick it in your arm, and you just sit there while everything goes in your body. And they do this instead of giving me iron tablets, because with this kind of disease, like, the iron tablets just don't work, so you have to do the IV iron. So I mean, I'm still like processing it. Like at the moment I do like checkups like every few months, do checkups, and from what I can tell, each time I go and do the checkups I just put the dosage up more on the medication. I do, so that's with the specialist, and then as in my like local GP, I'll go and do like blood pressure, or I'll do blood pressure checkups, I do blood, and yes, I'll do those regular just to make sure I'm on top of everything. I am supposed to go soon for a potassium level checkup just to make sure that the potassium is not too high, but I forgot to take the tablets basically, so yeah, I just need to keep on to it. But in terms of how I feel, like obviously I'm still kind of like processing everything, but I've got like a really good support system, which is good. So basically, if you ever feel like tired, like it's just, if you feel more tired than you're supposed to feel, I would say check it out. Go and check out what it could be, because like I said, with these things you don't really get a symptom. You just have to do like a urine test, and then that's when you get the results. Other signs are if there's like blood in your urine, or if you wee and your wee gets really foamy, then that's like another sign that it could be IGA nephropathy. So ideally, if you've got IGA nephropathy, you don't have to have chronic disease. It's just depending on the stage. With IGA nephropathy, there's different stages, and then the worse it is, then obviously it leads to a chronic kidney disease. And with chronic kidney disease, there's different stages again. You've got 1 to 5. When you reach a certain stage, then it means that your kidneys are, like, you've reached the end stage, and that's when you have to do like dialysis. When you reach a certain stages, certain stages, it means that it's close to end stage, so you need to do dialysis. But obviously that's why they keep an eye on it, because you know, it depends on you as a person how fast it progresses, or how much it's working and stuff like that. And it's just really how much you sort of like look after yourself. So I hope this I hope I provided you with enough information just to understand it a bit. Like, I'm still learning about it, I'm still processing it all, you know, I'm not there yet. Like, there's some days I forget to take the medication, there's some days I feel like unwell, some days that you just end up, you feel so ill, like it's like you'll go to sleep on time and you wake up feeling like you've not slept for like days. That's how it is. So yeah, as is days, like some days it's good for me, other days I just feel completely unwell. So you just never know what day it's going to be. And yeah, it's just like, basically you just need to, as I said, I don't know the cause, but you just need to drink lots of water, drink lots and lots of water all the time. Again, if you see any foam in your urine, go and check it out. Any blood in your urine, go and check it out. If you feeling tired all the time, go and check it out, you know, because again, like, it's hard to tell the sign, because if I didn't go to the doctors because I was feeling completely tired, I would not know about this, and I'll probably end up, I'll probably reach end kidney stage or whatever, you know, and not realizing it, you know what I mean? And so at the moment I just need to remember to take the medication and just cut out certain type of food and just do my regular checkups. My next checkup is in a few months' time at the hospital. That's where you get to see the specialist, and with things like that, when you go and see the specialist, you just need to have a list of questions that you can ask, because my GP, like my local doctor, they don't really know much about it. So sometimes when I go to them with questions, I don't know the answers. so I have to wait until I go to the hospital. So yes guys, that's it for today. I'm actually quite full. I know it's like I'm not really like touch my food as much, but yeah. 1 second. Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you do have any questions, just like let me know and I'll answer them. And this is my first mukbang guys, so sorry if it didn't go as all of the other mukbangs. This is like my first. I find it but yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, just comment below or just message me on Instagram or whatever. It's up to you guys, and then I will get back to all the questions that you might have, etc. Thank you so much for your time. Do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like this video, and do not forget to comment to let me know what you think. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Bye.